Hi, here's Felix, almost with the next Felix. One innovation which we did and we didn't introduce in Hannover was the C4000 IPC 37 years ago. The first IPC born from the idea that there needs to be some memory storage at a window profile cutting machine. This was the idea, this was the need. We need some storage at a standard machine controller, and from that idea, we developed the concept of PC-based control, which is now, 37 years later, still a winning philosophy. And I would like to explore now what the PC-based control approach brings new for us this year. So Moore's law says we get more processing power or double the processing power every 18 months, I think, something
More or
like
less,
this.
more or less.
And is it right?
Yeah, it still is right, it was right, and it is right. Actually, when everybody talks about Industry 4.0, talking about the C4000, this is what Beckhoff already did since the very early beginnings of the company. And it came out that the prediction Gordon Moore made in the early 80s already, when we two weren't born already, to be honest, was extremely true already in the 80s, in the 90s, today, but also in the future. And the latest update of this extreme vast development of PC and processor technology is now the 10 nanometers technology node, which we implement in form of the 11th, 12th, and 13th generation of Intel Core i processors in our industrial PCs. More performance in the same compact housings for the same money, so more efficient and faster automation in the future.
Okay, i7 11th generation memory management unit, field bus interface, multi-core architecture. Last year I tried to learn a little bit more about IPCs, and after 2 days I realized that there is a reason why we have so many people in the company which work on the topic. Some new terms have been introduced to the market, and the terms are speed shift and hybrid architecture.
True.
What's that, and why do I need to know this as an automation guy?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really glad that you already know these
Thank you for the
features
flowers.
of the new generations, because they are really important for the future. First of all, hybrid architecture means that we are now combining those high-performance Core i architecture and the Atom architecture within one single chip. So in the future, with TwinCAT 3, you can very easily perfectly adapt the entire application onto those different cores to be even more efficient on a multi-core system in the future. Adding the speed shift technology, the next word, you can add a single performance core which you really increase in performance. So you go into turbo mode, for example 4.2 gigahertz on a single core on a permanent frequency for real-time applications, so for customers doing really high single-thread applications, for example.
All of the people who have to run a lot of NC access will be smiling right now.
For
But I
example.
think even beyond that, it's a cool message, because if I think about our IPC portfolio or embedded PC portfolio, it's always about continuity, so that you buy the right controller for your application. And now you actually get different performance levels in one controller, so you can really find the task for a certain IPC core which suit this core the best. I think that's perfect, because you don't get much overhead.
Exactly.
Talking about the small end, always also very important. Now we talked about the high end maybe. What's changing maybe on the smaller end of the performance spectrum?
Yeah, of course, it's always most fun to talk about high-end automation, lowest cycle times, 120 axis, but we know also, of course, there are customers, there are markets for more compact, more efficient machines, also price-sensitive applications, and therefore we also, of course, update the smaller controllers. And that trade show, actually, we implement a new generation of Intel Atom processors, so for the very compact, efficient, and fanless devices. So as customer know from Beckhoff, we always wanted to here update the entire portfolio, so more performance for the same price, or less price for the same performance.
Perfect. Okay, it goes on. The story continues. PC-based control still the winning formula.
Correct.
Merci beaucoup, Felix. I have to head over now to the TwinCAT forum.